Thanks for joining us for this big game today between Arsenal and Chelsea. It's a game with plenty of potential in it and plenty of history behind it. I'm Martin Tyler, and here's Alan Smith.
Well, as a London club, it's always quite difficult to be successible because you've got so many of these kind of derbies when the form book, as they say, can go out the window. I wonder if it will here.
Number 5, Socrates. Number 18.
Terrific game in prospect here, lots of attacking talent on display. Mesut Ozil against Eden Hazard. What do you think about that, Alan?
Mesut Ozil is one of the best exponents of interplay, of that link-up with teammates, so quick, right mind. As for Eden Hazard, he's all about finishing. He's got plenty of goals and very clinical when he sees the white post.
This is the Arsenal lineup. Petr starts in goal. Monreal starts alongside Hector Bellerin in the full-back positions, and they'll play with a sole striker.
Well, we have the most perfect day for you. A warm hello in every sense of the word. The sun is out and football has a special place on this most idyllic of days. A fixture ahead of us to which we've all been looking forward for so very, very long. And it means so very, very much. The scene could not be more beautiful. The pitch looks terrific. The players are ready to get started, and we cannot wait for the contest that lies ahead. The Emirates are washed with red and white, a sea of Arsenal, just as you would anticipate. Game this between two very high-quality sides, a treat for everybody here.
Well, on the face of it, Peter, we would appear to have a high-caliber meeting with very little at stake. But then you consider a chance for one or two of the fringe players to get a look in, and this becomes a big incentive. It changes the dynamic. So there's plenty at stake for them, which will do no harm to the energy levels and the overall conviction, and hopefully the style of contest.
The Emirates are washed with red and white, a sea of Arsenal, just as you would anticipate.
Big action for you today. It comes from Anfield, of course, the home of Liverpool FC, and they play Manchester City today in what has developed in recent years into quite a tasty rivalry. Martin Tyler here along with Alan Smith to bring you the action.
Yeah, it's a mouth-watering clash, this one, between two quality teams. I'd be surprised if we didn't see a few goals out here today.
Number 3, Fabinho. Number 14, Jordan Henderson.
Plenty of players to look at on both sides, Alan. Let's concentrate on one on each team. Roberto Firmino against Kevin De Bruyne.
Wonderful to watch when these two are unsung, and I hope they are today, because if they are going to give us a real treat.
This is the Liverpool side. It's a real group mentality in this lineup about pressing the opposition into making mistakes and cashing in on it straight away.
Well, it takes a lot of energy, a lot of motivation. It's easy to drop off, and when you do drop off that really aggressive closing down, that's when it can fall down.
Manchester City's lineup today. Nicolas Otamendi plays with Vincent Kompany in central defence. Kevin De Bruyne plays alongside Fernandinho in the middle of the park. Sergio Aguero is the sole striker.
We have the most perfect day for you. A warm hello in every sense of the word. The sun is out and football has a special place on this most idyllic of days. A fixture ahead of us to which we've all been looking forward for so very, very long, and it means so very, very much. The scene could not be more beautiful. The pitch looks terrific. The players are ready to get started, and we cannot wait for the contest that lies ahead. So we look out at the sea of red that is so deeply entrenched into the culture of the English game. This indeed is Anfield.
Be in the circumstances, feel the rivalry. Well, in games of this nature, as a player, Peter, you only want to work as hard as demanded. You don't want to have to go at it full pelt. But when the opposition is what it is, all of that kind of goes out the window. The challenge here will ask more of you, and so both teams will wish to give more than they take. It's one of those games, Peter, where if the opposition increase their effort, you have to follow it.
Hi there everyone, Martin Tyler here, with me today Alan Smith as usual, and it is a friendly fixture we have for you. Schalke play in this game today against Manchester City. Chelsea must be wondering, they had Kevin De Bruyne and Romelu Lukaku, great friends incidentally, both young Belgians of course. It seems set for them to break through at Stamford Bridge, and they've gone their separate ways and done brilliantly.
Yeah, well, some people mature at different rates, don't they? And I think he's probably a later developer, Kevin De Bruyne, but he has not blossomed.
Schalke's lineup today: Ralf Fährmann starts in goal, Naldo starts with Matija Nastasic as the centre-backs, and they'll play with a sole striker. Manchester City's lineup today. Well, the supporters here, they expect a certain type of football, don't they? An intricate game, really.
Yes, and for the opposition, I mean, it can be incredibly frustrating. Just trying to get the ball back, you've got to work really hard, and once you do, you want to make sure you don't give it away, because you might not see it again for 2 or 3 minutes.
We were here for a Champions League final in 2004. Porto, when it was the first really unveiling of Jose Mourinho in the Champions League stage. He'd won the UEFA Cup as it was the season before.
And to what amounts to football heaven. It doesn't get a whole lot better than this. The conditions are utopian. The sky is blue, and the players are with us for a football match so widely and keenly anticipated. Truly, this is pristine. The level of expectation and excitement is reflected in the smiling faces of the crowd. They know it means so much, and they also experience between them a great sense of privilege at being able to attend this most special of games. This is the inside of the Veltins Arena, a sea of royal blue, the colours of Schalke. Mouth-watering game this this between two very high-quality sides. A treat for everybody here.
Yes, Peter, it's a shame it's only a friendly, but then again, that may help us see a more expressive attacking contest. And I'd be prepared to settle for a clash of lesser intensity in favour of lots of flair, skill and plenty of tricks.
Well, this is the superb setting that is the Siro Stadium. A big welcome to you all to this venue, and a welcome to Alan Smith, who's going to join me, Martin Tyler, for the commentary. You can feel the tension in the stadium here, the Giuseppe Meazza San Siro as we know it around the world. You can just feel it. It's unbelievable, Inter versus Milan.
Oh, it's one of my favourite stadiums when it's full, and it's packed to the rafters here.
Scored so many goals, Gonzalo Higuain, and a real threat today to the opposition. I guess he'll be remembered for a long time for not scoring in the World Cup final.
Well, maybe so, but he's scored plenty in Serie A, and if you can do that, you know you're a good player. So that makes him a threat today. As for Ivan Perisic, he is known for his interplay, got such quick feet, knows how to use them.
This is the Milan lineup. Gianluigi Donnarumma is the goalkeeper. Ricardo Rodriguez starts with Davide Calabria at the back. Suso plays with Hakan Çalhanoğlu out wide. Gonzalo Higuain is the sole striker today. This is Inter's lineup. Sami Handanovic starts in goal. Quadwell Asamoah plays with Shime Versalco in the full-back positions. Mauro Icardi is the sole striker today.
It's here at last. It is Milan derby day. The city comes to a complete standstill as the fans of AC Milan and Internazionale wait with bated breath ahead of the battle for bragging rights. It means everything to everyone in these parts. The atmosphere in the stadium reflects that. Noise and colour and no little hostility. The passion just about tangible. You've got to spare a thought if you can for the players and managers. They have to try and keep a cool head amidst all this fervour to try and play not just the occasion but the match itself, and that is never easy. But there are, of course, many decent players. There have been many greats through the generations. And there is no doubt that while certain players might struggle with the atmosphere, there are some who become heroes today. It is close to unpredictable. Whatever happens, though, I think we are in for one of those footballing treats. Sit yourself down comfortably. The action is underway any minute now. We survey Milan's famous Curva Sud, one of the truly great shrines of the beautiful game. This is a friendly, but a friendly only in name.
Well, in games of this nature, as a player, Peter, you only want to work as hard as demanded. You don't want to have to go at it full pelt. But when the opposition is what it is, all of that kind of goes out the window. The challenge here will ask more of you, and so both teams will wish to give more than they take. It's one of those games, Peter, where if the...
Hi everybody, welcome to you all. I'm Martin Tyler. Alan Smith is alongside me, and this is the Stadio Olimpico in Rome. Our match for you today is Roma against Inter. Roma's lineup for you. Kostas Manolas starts with Federico Fazzi as the centre-backs. Kevin Strootman plays with Daniele De Rossi in central midfield. Edin Dzeko is the main striker today. This is Inter's lineup. Sami Handanovic starts in goal. Quadwo Asamoah plays with Shime Basalko in the full-back positions. Mauro Icardi is the sole striker today. Just a personal memory here in the Stadio Olimpico. Alan, in the 1990 World Cup, there was a game between Italy and Uruguay. Got stuck in traffic and had to complete the journey on the back of a scooter. I mean, it was about half an hour to go before kick-off.
Did you really? Did you leave by a scooter as well? It was a brand new stadium. Well, it was refurbished, wasn't it, for that World Cup, and has hosted some famous matches over the years.
I sometimes feel that the teams in the capital cities around Europe, it's a little bit harder for them. I don't know. In Roma, they seem to bow to Juventus and the Milan giants as well. But they're there or thereabouts.
Yeah, they
Very warm welcome to you on this most pleasantly clear evening. As you can see, we are getting through the pre-match formalities and processes. The players coming onto the field for the usual fanfare and handshakes and so on. Conditions absolutely perfect. Temperatures are kind enough. It is an absolute picture under the floodlights here, and the match that follows ought to follow suit. The Olimpico, obviously an integral part of Roma's proud history. Their home since 1953. Mouth-watering game this between two very high-quality sides. A treat for everybody here.
Yes, Peter, it's a shame it's only a friendly, but then again, that may help us see a more expressive attacking contest, and I'd be prepared to settle for a clash of lesser intensity in favour of lots of flair, skill, and plenty of tricks, and a few goals. I suspect I've probably overstretched my level of greed here.
It is time for the match. Martin Tyler here to describe it for you with my good friend Alan Smith.
Yeah, hi there, Martin. Walking into the ground today, I just got that feeling it's going to be a really good afternoon.
The match today is Ajax will play PSV Eindhoven. And Ajax are going to line up like this. Well, we've gone with a 4-3-3 formation here for them. Is that the way you see it, Alan?
Yeah, I mean, it can be adjusted. It could almost be a 4-5-1 if they decide to come over all defensive, this team. But if they're on the front foot, that three up front can cause the opposition back four some problems.
For PSV, this is how they'll play today. It's a real group mentality in this lineup about pressing the opposition into making mistakes and cashing in on it straight away.
Well, it takes a lot of energy, a lot of motivation. It's easy to drop off, and when you do drop off that really aggressive closing down, that's when it can fall down.
When you look back at the history of Ajax, you think that there wasn't even a full-time professional football in the Netherlands in the years leading up to the first great Ajax side, those three consecutive European Cup wins in the days of Johan Cruyff and many others. It was a remarkable upgrade.
Yeah, we talk about homegrown talent a lot, about production lines, don't we? But Ajax, I think, they set the trend. They are the standard bearers for that.
Day. Absolutely glorious weather here as we welcome you to a football match of considerable significance, great consequence in this part of the world. They've been talking about this one for a while and they have rolled up to it in fantastic numbers. You should have seen the roads outside the ground in the hour or two leading up to it. It has been bumper to bumper, the traffic has been extraordinary, but the level of expectation is also very, very high. And these supporters who were queuing round the block for their tickets as soon as we knew The date of the fixture, well, now they can't wait for it to begin. And begin it will any second now. This place simply a monument to the game. So much prestige, so much pride, so much passion whenever football is played here. This is a friendly, but a friendly only in name.
Well, in games of this nature, as a player, Peter, you only want to work as hard as demanded. You don't want to have to go at it full pelt. But when the opposition is what it is, all of that kind of goes out the window. The challenge here will ask more of you, and so both teams will wish to give more than they take. It's one of those games, Peter, where if the opposition increase their effort, you have to follow it.
Hi there, I'm Martin Tyler. With me today, as always, Alan Smith.
Thank you, Martin. Looking forward to this one. Should be a good game.
And our match today, it's River Plate against Independiente. We've got the team news for you for River Plate here. Well, it's 4-4-2 for them today, but we think the middle four might be a diamond, Alan.
Yeah, and it gives them a bit of solidity in the middle of the park. And I think the onus is on the fullbacks to provide the width in this shape.
Independiente will line up like this today. Looking at the lineup, he's got all the components in place, hasn't he, the manager, for the pressing style of play that's been a feature of his team.
Yep, and many an opponent has found it difficult to cope with. If your touch isn't spot on against this aggressive type of closing down, you're going to lose it in dangerous areas.
So perfect blue skies, almost no wind, beautiful yellow sunshine. These are conditions for the beautiful game. At least that is how it should be. The backdrop could not be any more idyllic. The players are with us now. The crowd is in good number and in shirt-sleeve order. It is lovely to be able to breathe fresh air without having to wrap oneself up to the gills and simply to turn up and to enjoy a match that matters to so many. Well, River Plate have always been considered the uptown club amongst those in the Argentine capital, but the supporters, believe me, are no less passionate or loud. As friendly as it can be in the circumstances. You feel the rivalry.
Well, exhibition match sounds like an easy-ozy game of football, Peter, and a picture-perfect occasion until the word pride gets a mention. And it's likely to have quite a big say between teams that could easily be sucked into an excuse for another feud. Why let an exhibition match get in the way of that? So these two will be going at it very, very strongly.